I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. We're glad you're with us. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are, and we are gearing up for all good things here in Utah. Spring is out. It is beautiful weather, and it is a great time to find a home that you want to be in and that you love to be. We have two of the best real estate agents in the entire state of Utah on the show with us today. They're regulars on the show, Drew Armstrong and Matthew Flinders. Welcome back.
Thank you, Heather.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here. Yeah.
It's always good. You guys are in the trenches. You know what's going on in this market. Take it away.
Go ahead, Drew. Are you going to talk about it or am I talking about it?
What are we going to talk about?
I guess the Salt Lake market. I was just showing houses in Salt Lake, and so the buyers are saying, what's the market doing? And I said, it's picking up. The kids I were showing, they're the kids of a past client, and we were out looking at houses, and it was interesting because the houses they liked the most, couple days on the market, multiple offers. Yep. And they're like, this is crazy, like multiple offers. It's not that crazy. We don't have these huge price jumps. The Salt Lake market is it's actually only gone up about just over 2% in the last year in most categories. Utah County's doing a little bit better. They've gone up more than Salt Lake has. But the houses that are in the best condition, that are staged right, that are priced right, they are flying off the shelves. And then other ones are, sitting on the market. I mean, really, we've got about a 5-month supply of homes on the market in a lot of places.
Would you guys happen to know what's the average number of days a home is on the market at this point?
Well, it's gone up a little bit, but closed sales have gone up about 7% year over year, but inventory is still building.
So we've got more houses hitting the market, not all of them selling, some of them dropping prices, but the people who are paying attention, doing things right, hitting the market at the right price in the right condition, they are selling, good location. Those homes are still in strong demand.
Redfin just published a study where they show that the absolute best time of the year to put your house on the market is the end of April, and we're just about there. Is that true in the trenches?
That really is true. I mean, we've tracked it, and April is probably our busiest month for putting properties under contract, and May obviously is our busiest month for closings of the whole year. September is probably really close. June is really big. July in Utah is interesting because it slows down just a little bit. I think because there's so many people that are on vacations, and we have people that are, they're trying to hit a vacation or a family reunion before things go nuts again. And then August, everybody is trying to beat school starting again. And so September is huge for closings for us. So after 35 years of doing this, that does follow, and it tracks pretty well. The other thing that's interesting is that in Utah, we are more affected by that than other places where weather doesn't affect things, because you go down into California and February isn't a bad month, but in Utah, people don't want to go outside and go looking for houses, and nobody wants to move their Christmas tree in the wintertime. So I think that even affects more temperate climates, but with us, we are affected by the weather to a degree.
What are the hottest locations right now that people want to be at?
I was just showing houses in Sugar House. I'd say that, these walkable communities, these places where you can, walk to restaurants or shops and things like that is still really hot. Daybreak, I have a lot of people who are asking about Daybreak still. I think it's a neat place to live. People talk about how there's a lot of community there and neighbors that know neighbors and things like that. What do you think, Drew?
Well, I think that those are, I'd agree with you there. Kind of the benches, places that are close to shops, places that are close to transportation. In Utah County, northern Utah County, Lehigh is crazy right now, and I'm surprised that it is as busy as it is, but it's busy. Provo is pretty busy, but I think that the younger folks that are coming up are more, I don't know if I should say impressed or attracted to walkable communities and amenities than I was when I was their age. I'll put it that way.
Do you feel like there's more of a trend of people wanting existing homes in more established neighborhoods or new construction?
I think we're seeing a lot of people who love new construction. New construction is taking off. It's doing great still in our market. I mean, you're involved in a lot of new construction with the parade homes coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So it's the Super Bowl for Osmond Designs right now. It's so exciting. There's definitely a buzz. We are very, very busy. In fact, next week we are installing our very first 2 parade homes for this season. And I am part of the committee. I do hear and see all about these parade homes every single week. I get updates and see those reports. They are all across the Wasatch Front. In fact, it is going to be the most expensive parade that the Utah Valley Parade of Homes has ever done. These homes are massive, and there is so much money in this area.
That's what I've been hearing. It's going to be really big this year, really good this year.
It'll make for a good show. I'm not sure if I can afford any of it, but it'll make for a great show.
Maybe you'll get some paint color ideas or, a backsplash idea.
Yeah.
Another unique thing is that in Nephi this year, they are doing their very first parade home.
Wow.
Which is kind of cool. Like,
All
go
the way down
Nephi.
there. Yeah.
I know. That's kind of exciting. I mean, a lot of these homes are 10,000, 12,000, 20,000 square feet. We're all curious about how the rich and famous live, and it's fun to pay $20 and go look at these homes, which is a lot of fun. Currently, myself and Osmond Designs and Central Bank, we are offering discount parade tickets. We get to pre-sell them.
How do we get them?
I know. So you have to come to our stores, Lehigh and Orem, and Mother's Day is tomorrow. So please stop by. Your mom wants parade tickets. You also get a free bag, a free lanyard. You'll look like a hero to your mom if you stop by the Lehigh or Orem store today and grab your tickets. They're $4 off.
What a fun gift.
$3 plus you save that $1 online fee. So that's kind of a, one size fits all and will be a lot of fun. So we're really excited about that. But like you're saying, new construction is booming. I feel like it's just has to stop at some point, and it's not. Have you guys been out to Utah City lately?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And there are some places, what's that one that's out on the west side that's almost like a new Daybreak in Salt Lake County, too?
There's a Firefly out west.
That one's in Saratoga Springs, Eagle Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I can't even remember what this other one is. Viridian, maybe? But I went out there, and they have an amphitheater in their community, like for concerts, that it's brand new.
Like real concerts.
Oh, yeah.
Where they bring people in kind of concerts.
They're going to build this out there. They've got a restaurant that's a community restaurant. I mean, it's amazing to see, like I said, the amenities. But I think some of it is that the builders have figured out ways to buy down the interest rates. They don't want the prices to come down on their product. And so instead, they're investing in buy downs. And so that's hard to compete with when you're an individual homeowner and you're trying to sell a house compared to a brand new construction home where they've got an interest rate that's bought down 2 or 3 points. Tough.
Yeah, you're getting into these homes for 2% and 3% and 4%.
Yeah.
Because they're paying an extra $15,000 or whatever that number is up front so that you make sure you have a very low interest rate and mortgage payment. moving forward, and then it escalates. That's what a 2-1 buy down is.
Yes, there's always tricks that are out there right now that, I mean, it's almost like house hacking. And that's one of the things that you can do. The legislature just, we just had our legislative session ended recently, and they again addressed accessory apartments, ADUs. This time they're kind of going after detached, and they're pushing the cities to make it so that detached ADUs are legal and promoted all over the state, really. So we're going to start seeing that. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see some small construction companies, more of them, kind of start focusing on being able to come and put a tiny house in your backyard.
Well, there are so many creative ways. And like you said, I think builders are taking advantage of these strategies to help people get into homes. Investors, I feel like not only do we have a young population, and I'm grateful because my kids are staying somewhat local, and getting into a home is very, very difficult. But investors like me are also putting money into the market in a lot of these starter homes so that we can rent them out and make some mailbox money. That's why real estate's so great. 90% of millionaires made their money in real estate. So if you're not in the market, get in the market. Talk to Drew Armstrong and Matthew Flinders. How do people find you?
You can go to utahrealestate.net and then call up Drew, and he will help you out.
And Drew will help you out while Matthew's on vacation. You guys,
we're
you get
50-50 partners. So
two for
I
the
don't
price
care.
of one. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores. We'll be right back.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the KSL Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And if you are out and about today, please stop by our Orem and Lehigh Osmond Designs locations. We currently have discount Parade of Homes tickets available. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. It's not too late if you do not have a gift for your sweet mom yet or your sweet wife. Please stop by. It's a one-size-fits-all. Get your parade tickets. They're $3 off per ticket, plus you save that $1 per ticket online fee. Plus you get a free bag and a free lanyard, so that's always a little bonus. And you'll be a hero tomorrow when you show up to dinner and, go to visit your mom. So check that out. We're also so excited to be joined by Matthew Flinders and Drew Armstrong back on the KSL Real Estate Show with us. Two of the best, most funny. I don't know. You guys are hilarious. I always laugh every time you're on. Back on the show with us today. Thanks for again joining us.
It's good to be here. Good to see you. We're longtime friends. We've known each other forever. I mean, how long have we known each other? Probably 20
plus years.
30 years.
We're
Don't
old.
say that.
It's like 30.
We have
It's
more
like 30
wrinkles
years.
now.
30.
But
Right.
yeah, you guys have always been incredible friends, and it's great to see your success in real estate and in this industry, and I'm always cheering for you, which is awesome. In the previous segment, we were talking about what's going on in real estate, and we were talking about interest rates and new construction and how things are just booming, and builders are trying to be creative about how to help people get into homes. Let's, maybe transition a little bit into rental properties. Maybe you're a renter or an investor. Let's take both of those scenarios and tackle those. Drew.
That's an interesting topic because I'm kind of experiencing it personally with, last year I added, with this new building that we built, Matthew and I each added another 10 rental units to our portfolios. I actually added like 12 last year, but it's a little crazy, but my kids are still renters. They would like to be homeowners, but they don't have enough job history quite yet. So they're still working on that. And I'm like Jeff, I'm going to become a grandpa here for the first time, probably this fall. And
Congrats.
So, yeah, I know,
It's all right.
It's all right.
Okay, let me just tell you how much Jeff is gushing over these little twins. It's the sweetest thing ever.
I've been
That's
flashing
awesome.
pictures everywhere. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Proud papa.
You'll see.
Yeah.
I've never been a grandpa before, so I don't know if I'm that excited or into it, but I think I probably will be, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, the kids they're outgrowing their current place and they're out looking for another rental place. And And my wife has gone out with them. They showed up at one place. This is a warning. They show up at a place and it's a fake listing. So it's a fake rental listing. And somebody drove.
Wait, what does that mean?
So somebody that answers the phone with a foreign accent, it has put something on KSL that got through the cracks. And it's somebody else's vacant house that they're pretending is a house that is for rent, and they're collecting application fees for this thing. And so you need to be a little bit careful there, because it was great. I mean, my kids have a couple of dogs. Told them, don't get a dog till you own a house, but they have a couple of dogs, and they are looking for a place where they can have an extra bedroom because they've got a baby coming, and it will accept the dogs. And so they show up on this place, and then they called me later about it, and they're like, Dad, what's going on here? And I'm like, when things are too good to be true, they probably are, because they were there. There are probably 4 other cars that were there, and I bet that was occurring all day long at this vacant home, where everybody is like, this seems like a great deal. I want to show up. Maybe I'll get in quick and easy. And then they all call the foreign accent person in India or Bangladesh or whatever, and they are collecting application fees from them on a fake website. So you got to be really careful with that. But they
and deposits, if you'll send them one. Like, well, I've got another application, but if you want to send me, whoever sends me a deposit first, I'll give
All right,
it to them.
what does being careful look like in that situation? What do you do?
Don't send money away to somebody that you haven't met. The other thing I would do is, frankly, I would check who the owner of the property is through the county records. Just because, make sure you're talking to the real owner of the property, right? So,
okay, this is just alarming. I never would in a million years think of this scenario that would even be an issue. Like, some people just need to go get a job or something else. Like, it's just so disappointing that there are people out there that we have to be watching our back and thinking about these things.
If you live in Bangladesh and you make, the average Bangladeshi person makes $4,000 a year, I mean, that's great money. That's a great job over there. And it's unfortunate that people are motivated to do something and rip people off that way. But I can see it.
They take pictures off of the other ads. They post them there, and then they're
a little research, find vacant houses, find another house that's for rent or was for rent like 2 weeks ago, and they're waiting for somebody to move in.
And underprice it, and it looks like a great deal, and you have swarms of people. They're fighting. It's that FOMO, and people just start sending money.
Yep.
Ugh, so crazy. Okay, Matthew Flinders, Drew Armstrong on the KSL Real Estate Show with us today. How do people find you?
Go to utahrealestate.net.
And call Matthew.
Call Matthew. Drew will be on vacation. You get 2 for the price of 1. That's why they're always saying, call the other person. That's awesome. You guys are really smart like that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the KSL Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And it is the Super Bowl at Osmond Designs. Furniture is flying off the floor, and we're installing parade homes next week. So we're really excited about that. All of the newest and latest designs, colors, styles are at Osmond Designs. We carry some of the most incredible vendors and manufacturers. We have sourcing to all of the best, and we carry them, and no one beats our prices. So that's a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun. Do you want to tell us about any of the parade homes that you're doing this year?
Ooh, a shout out to a few different parade homes we're really, really excited about. We have homes all the way from Alpine, Highland, Orem, Salem, American Fork, all the way down to Nephi this year, which we've never done a home in Nephi. I don't think there's actually ever been a home that has entered the parade.
That'll be interesting to see who makes the trip down there.
Right?
Drew and I just went and looked at a fourplex down there for an investor. We should talk about that later. But anyway, down in Nephi.
I know.
Nephi's first parade home.
It's expanding, and there is another crumble cookie house. It's last year they had one, which blew up all over the internet. This year, another one of the owners and founders is doing that, and this one is even more impressive than last year's.
Oh, wait, I
so
thought when
watch
you said,
out.
Wait, I thought when you said crumble cookie house that was some real estate term. Like, what is it, a fixer-upper? I didn't get. You're talking about the owners of crumble cookies.
Yes, and they give away crumble cookies. So pay your $22 for your ticket. Go get some cookies. Go look at some great stuff. You can buy them for your wife, for your mom. It is Mother's Day tomorrow.
You should buy them for your wife and your mom, or your wife and her sister, so you don't have to go.
That actually could be very dangerous, though, Drew, right?
Oh, I don't know. It's like sending your wife to the mall with a credit card, I guess, or a gift card. You don't expect it to have much room on it when it gets back. Right?
It might be very expensive Mother's Day gift that you're getting this year.
Right.
When they come home with a list of the new updates they need to do on their homes. But
I've got a good friend, and he literally tries to plan. He's a builder friend of mine, and he tries to plan family vacations around the Utah Valley Parade of Homes so that nobody's available to go see it.
It's a very inexpensive vacation.
He
Smart
knows,
guy.
he's learned the hard way that if his wife goes to the Parade of Homes, he has a honey-do list and change the backsplash out, and I want you to paint this, and a list a mile long of these great updates to their home every time she goes and takes a look. So he tries to plan the family vacations around it.
Well, and I feel like there's this boom of once the parade starts, then people come back home and then they start looking around for a new home. And that's when they call Drew Armstrong and Matthew Flinders to be like, hey, we don't love our house anymore because we just saw this. They have FOMO and they need a new neighborhood. They need a new style. And sometimes it makes sense to just sell your home and buy something else.
Right. It
Happens
does.
all the time.
Super cool.
And a $20 million house will provide inspiration, won't it?
Lots of great inspiration. Or sometimes you just need a sofa refresh, and that's great too. The importance of staging, I think, is so critical, especially in today's online market where you're sitting home, you're shopping for homes. If you have great photography and your home is well done, it does make all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. When we go list houses, that's an example. This is an example we use all the time. We're like, when was the last time you went to the Parade of Homes and you looked at houses that had empty rooms? Because you don't. It's like you move this beautiful furniture into a brand new home, and a lot of times half of that furniture will come right back out of the house after the parade is done. But it looks stunning and it's beautiful, and it's because we're not just looking at the house itself. We're looking at how people live and what the opportunities are for your future, and it gives you ideas, it gives you inspiration. And we moved into a new house in December, and oh my gosh, I wake up every morning and my wife, she tells me all the time, we are so lucky to live here, and it's changed our lifestyle.
Okay, let's talk about that. How did you find this house? I love this story. This is so cool because you weren't really planning on moving at the time.
Well, I don't know if you can really say that, because Matthew and I did a project. We built this big building on Main Street in Pleasant Grove, a big mixed-use building, beautiful shops on the main floor, and then 19 condominiums upstairs. And we built this, and it was a 2-year project for me where Matthew was pulling his hair out because he's taking care of all the real estate for the last 2 years for that normally 2 of us do. And I'm wearing the general contractor's hat and taking care of a few clients.
And having so much fun. We're
going on vacation.
We're doing the project, and Drew's like, this has been relatively fun. And I'm like, for you,
this is awful.
Like all Drew's creative juices. He's out there like designing stuff and picking things and working with people, and he loves all that stuff. And then
But we sold our big house a few years ago in order to come up with part of the down payment. Each of us, I mean, it's a big project. We had to come up with a lot of money. And I told my wife, when we finish this, well, I'll either build you or we'll buy you a new house. And I get to the end of the project. I'm sick of construction, right? I don't want to. And she starts to look at houses online. I'm like, oh no. Oh. And I have a very good friend of mine he used to be a custom home builder. Now he's one of the owners for Cascade Contracting that does they got an award for their 10,000th D.R. Horton home exterior last year. They do exteriors for everybody. They're great. And he's like, Drew, I found this new house, and I talked to him about it in the spring, and he's like, okay, I'm buying it. And then it's been a project for him all summer. And then he called me up at Halloween and said, okay, come sell my house. And I went up there and he's like, same price that we had talked about. And I'm like, pretty much. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, well, what if I bought it instead of selling it for you? And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And
because it's that good.
It's that good. I had to go take my wife up through, and she was ecstatic. She was thrilled. And now we wake up with a view every morning. It's amazing. Mountain bike trails surrounding our home. It's incredible.
I think he was excited to sell it to you too, because you're a builder. You understand all the upgrades and all the things he did to it that a lot of buyers don't understand. I feel like when we show houses, we see all these differences, in quality of construction and different things like that we try to pass on to our buyers to help them make decisions. But you really appreciated it, and I think you liked that. Oh, for
sure. There are. I told him, Ben, I want to buy your house because your house has all these things in it that I'm going to keep telling you that nobody's going to pay you extra for all those cool things you did, because they're looking at square footage and what else they can live in. But some of that's just specific to your taste, and I can see that, and I know the love and care that you put into it. And I'm thrilled to be able to. I've sold several of his houses before. The last house I sold for him was 4 years ago, and we got the highest price for its size of any house that had been sold in Bluffdale up to that point, and still sold it in like 3 or 4 days because it's beautiful, just beautiful. And
it really takes a lot to impress you, both of you. You're real estate agents. You're in people's homes all the time. Same with me. I'm an interior designer. I go into people's homes. It kind of looks the same. It's, another 90 shades of beige and brown and, all the things. Yeah. This last week, I went into a home in the Three Falls neighborhood in Alpine. Mm-hmm. If you haven't been or heard of Three Falls before, it's incredible. Some of the most beautiful, huge, massive, every bell and whistle homes probably in all of Utah County, in an incredible neighborhood.
Stunning.
Gated, stunning. I think the lots are a couple million each.
Do they have a parade home up there this year?
They don't. This was an existing home. I was invited to come in and just look at everything, and they were super excited about it. So I was there, and the husband had a remote, and he pushed a button, and the television popped up out of the hardwood floor in the gray room. They didn't want it over their fireplace. I had never seen that before. And I see homes all the time. Oftentimes these televisions are on top of the fireplace or they're in a cabinet and they pop up, but I've never seen it come out of the floor. So, maybe we'll see that this year at the parade.
I've seen them come out of cabinets.
Me too.
I've seen them come out of countertops. I've seen them come out of what looks like a desk, but I've never seen it come out of the floor. That's crazy.
Somebody's, dreaming new things, and it just happens. So definitely come stop by Osmond Designs, buy your parade tickets. You will love this year's show. It is going to be incredible.
Go check out what Heather's designing and what she's doing. Your homes are always like my very favorites when I go through. Like, we love to go through, and then we see that your name's on it, and we're like, it's Heather's. And
that's so nice.
Thank you. We should mention you offer this design service.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. We actually have our interior design services on sale right now. It's $99 for the first hour. Mm-hmm. One of our team, I call it the dream team of designers, one of our team members will come to your home, and there's no obligation to buy anything.
It's so great. Like, I remember back in the day when you would do this for our clients, and you'd go out and you would take their existing furniture sometimes and just rearrange give them ideas there, and here, add this rug in or do this. And all of a sudden it comes together and I remember this one seller, like after you had gone in there, she calls me up. She's like, I don't think I want to move anymore. Just kidding. You know, I really
we're not calling Heather anymore. She just ruined our sale.
No, but because it's like, wow, I really like this better. This is my own stuff. And you just moved it around, helped me with a few things. If anyone out there is wondering what to give your wife or your mom for Mother's Day,
that's a great
why
idea.
Why not do that? Like have one of the designers come out, work with things.
Really?
And then they can go pick a couple things if they want, get some new pillows, do the different things. And
with our new house, we just had one of your girls come out and help my wife decide what size and color of my photography to put on the walls in different places.
Oh, so beautiful. We love working with Drew and Matthew. How do people find you?
UtahRealEstate.net, and then just call up Drew Armstrong. He's great.
He's great. Matthew will be on vacation. They're 50-50 partners, and so they always love just, throwing the other one under the bus. Call Drew. Call Matthew. He'll help you. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the KSL Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And we've been talking about the Parade of Homes, specifically the Utah Valley Parade of Homes, which, of course, I have a special love for. I sponsor the parade. I have loved these builders and all of the subcontractors that put their entire heart and souls into these homes. It really takes a team to make these homes come to fruition. And the parade this year is going to be the best. Like, everyone's talking about it. And we say that every single year, but it just continues to escalate.
I actually think this year might actually be the best one.
I think you're right.
The most fun one to go. When is it?
I don't know how they're going to top it, honestly. Yes. When is the parade?
When does it start?
It starts June 4th.
Wow.
So come check out the parade. But, Mother's Day is tomorrow.
Go over to Osmond Designs, buy your tickets, then put it in your calendar, get out there, look at some of these houses and stuff. And then call it. You'll be like, I want to move. And then call us up and we'll help you sell your house and buy your next one.
Exactly. They'll say, these homes are so incredible. I don't like my house anymore. I'm going to call Drew and Matthew to help me sell my house and buy a new one.
After we stage our house by calling one of Heather's designers to get out there and move our current furniture around. Except, when we go out to people's houses, we'll say, something that we've noticed is people will sell their houses faster and for more money when they're staged. And some people have the house and enough of this, furniture to do that, or if it's vacant, they'll stage it and they'll sell it for more. But if you're out there thinking, how do I make this work? You could buy your new furniture, put it in your existing house, then you take it with you to your brand new house.
Unless someone comes in and says, I love all this furniture. And you're like, but it's my new stuff for my new house. And
I'll get a new one. I know where to get it.
That's actually happened to me and I cried. I was like, but I just bought it and I loved it and I was so excited.
There's a lot of commerce going on here right now. You guys,
it's a real thing. And then, we do have Central Bank that sponsors this KSL Real Estate Show. So it's a good time if you need money to buy the new house and the new furniture. Go check out Central Bank.
We like them.
They
know
so
our names.
Awesome. They seriously, it's like that Cheers television series. Everyone knows your name when you walk in.
I thought you meant everybody drinks.
No, not at Central Bank.
It was funny because I thought everybody did know everybody's name. And we had a guy that I noticed was wearing a lanyard that says Osmond Designs. I'm like, do you know Heather too? And he's like, what? I'm like, well, your lanyard says Osmond Designs. He's like, my wife bought tickets at Heather's store.
Oh.
He's like, do you know Heather? I'm like, yeah, I've known Heather for 30 years. He's like, okay.
That's awesome. Yes, we do have free lanyards and free bags. So you put your magazine in there and your ticket, and then, you just grab your little shopping bag.
All the swag that you get every home that you walk through. I met my first wife at a Parade of Homes garage booth that I was doing for real estate. That's
Seriously?
where I met her. Yeah.
Wow. There you go. Memories.
30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
was
awesome.
Literally that long ago.
Okay, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, Matthew Flinders and Drew Armstrong are two of the best in the entire state of Utah. You guys, they have so much experience. I knew them when they were first starting. I actually was a real estate agent in the same office with you guys.
That's right.
And we hustled. Like we worked hard and we laughed and we had the best time and we've been friends ever since. And
how old were you when you got your license? Because I was 24.
I was 19, maybe 20.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this leaves me with a question. I know we only have a moment, but you're talking about the very beginning of your careers in real estate.
Yeah.
How was the market back then?
It was really bad, actually. I mean,
And
it
you
was
stuck
early.
with it.
It was in the early 90s. No, well, the thing is that we all started. We didn't know any better. We literally didn't know it was a bad market.
And we were starving and it was fine.
We didn't own homes when we got real estate licenses. We were brand new. And so we just went and worked.
But when the market turns and it goes south, there are a lot of new real estate agents, in my recollection, who fall by the wayside at that point. Hey, there's no money in this. Mm-hmm. But you guys stuck it out in a bad market.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, for me, my family was in real estate, not in my market, but elsewhere. And I mean, a great broker is important, but having grandma that you can call and say, hey, what do I do in a situation like this from somebody that's been doing it for 30 years? That makes a difference. Yeah.
Well, and it's one thing to be a real estate agent and help other people get wealthy. It's another thing to invest yourself. And you invest, I invest. That's how we've made all of our money, I feel like, and all of our success.
Really. More from that than from my job.
Anything else, right? We love real estate. Thank you so much for joining us on the KSL Real Estate Show today. Drew Armstrong, Matthew Flinders, please give them a call. Check us out on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Osmond Designs, and Armstrong and Flinders.
UtahRealEstate.net.
There you go. See you next week.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car is gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.